Oh, I agree with that. Yeah, so there was one transition we were doing yesterday when I was setting up this file and I was practicing, and I entered a screen and it was like all you could see was just purple. It was just all of the back of like just Beast's cape, and I had no idea where I was. And finally I moved around a little bit and I was like, oh, okay. So we've done both fights that we need to do, building up to the boss fight here. We have to fight Behemoth. There's actually two different types of behemoths in this game. There's Behemoth and there's Archbehemoth. For whatever reason, they have completely different weaknesses. Also, wow, this screen is cut off, I just realized. I can barely tell what my level up was. But yeah. This one, the better strategy is just to use R's over and over again. If you're fighting the Archbehemoths later in the run, then the better strategy is actually to use Gravity before you do that, because it cuts their damage, their health down by quite a bit. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it is just different strategies. Other than that, the fights are exactly the same. But yeah, you'll see when we get to the end of the world, there are two Archbehemoths you have to fight, and their health gets absolutely wrecked by Gravity. For whatever reason, Gravity just doesn't work on this first Behemoth. And a lot of you probably remember this is a pretty easy fight. If you're going YOLO, like I'm mostly gonna be doing, it's pretty easy to die here. So hopefully that does not happen, but we shall see. Time this. All right, cool. You have to delay that roll as much as you can. All right, cool. I got that. When he's charging, if you're on top of him and he rears his head back, you take like 90% health. Oh, I dodged no one. 2 for 2. I am a god gamer. All right, not gonna take that risk. Because you basically get one shot, because he'll like swing his head back, he'll hit you, and then you'll get hit by something else and die. So I guess a little rough RNG that he decided to do that attack over and over again, but it's fine. Oh, Sora, please. Okay. All right. So yeah, done with Hollow Bastion. So here are the other two cutscenes that for whatever reason they just missed, and you can't skip them. Again, my justification of it is I just think it wasn't, like, you would never have to watch those the second time, so they just kind of missed it when they were programming the game. After this, it's one more quick gummy mission, and then we're off to the final dungeon. And this is normally where you have your bathroom break, if you need one. Yeah, no, not this one. The next two actual cutscenes afterwards. Yeah, there are a lot of unskippable text box cutscenes throughout the game. I guess we don't really include that. Just that seemed like just a choice on their part to make you still have to watch these all the time. Which is weird. Kingdom Hearts 2, there's only,
we may never meet again,
other than yeah,
but we'll never forget.
Yeah, other than Chippendale gummy ship scenes, that's all you have to watch. Everything else in Kingdom Hearts 2 is just blanket. You can skip all of them. Which is a big thing that helped Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunning throughout the years. That game was like instantly speedrun friendly.
Hurry, come and close the keyhole.
Sora, good luck.
Yeah. The cutscene I always thought was stupidly long was in Destiny Islands, where after the first day of collecting items, you get to meet like Donald and Goofy, and you realize Mickey's left. They have to go find Goofy, and then Minnie and Daisy show up. They go back and have a little thing with Sora and all of them. It's such a long cutscene, and it's right off the bat. So having resets in that game was basically not a thing. I was not one of those who was interested in doing resets in that game, because the earliest place you could die was like 50 minutes in after a bunch of cutscenes. Also, anybody wonders if there's a difference between the Japanese and English versions. There is text difference. It saves about 30 seconds on Japanese, so it is more optimal to do that, but I don't care enough at this point. No, I always mix that up. It's Omega Arts and abilities. I want last. All right, off to the end of the world. One more really scary screen I have to go through here in the gummy mission where I have to lure things in certain directions. There's a screen with all these like white kind of, I guess, I don't know what shape to really give them, but these big, huge white ships that if they touch you with their bodies, you die. So I have to be a little careful when I get to that section. It's all about like positioning though. If you lure them in the right direction, you'll get through it most of the time. Yeah, agree with that. Again, love Kingdom Hearts 1 soundtrack. I like Kingdom Hearts 2 as well, but I still think, I don't know if it's nostalgia speaking, but I still prefer this one. Both good soundtracks though. Yeah, really, again, if any of you missed E3 somehow, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 will be coming out this December. Make sure to check it out. It'll contain Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Oh, really? Alright, so cool. I made it through the screen. Again, it was just luring enemies away from certain areas. If you just go like straight through the center and like in a different direction, they'll probably hit you. Alright, final dungeon. 132, yeah. This is gonna be right at a little under 2 hours. That's about where I thought. Riku 2 trolled a little bit, but I expected somewhere. Hook didn't kill me, so I basically just traded off where that was gonna happen. Right off the bat, they're going to be introducing you to the most annoying enemies in Kingdom Hearts history, the Invisibles. They can do whatever they want to you. They can break out of attacks whenever they like, and they do major, major damage. So you want to utilize gravity as much as you can here in this fight. I agree. Oh, Goofy, stop. So yeah, as you can see, that's another case where Donald and Goofy actually are bad for the fights. Oh, that's not happening. No. Do what you want. I'm not. Dude, you are injured? Wow. Oh my gosh, dude. Again, Goofy knocked the Invisibles out of my combos a lot, which allowed them to then do whatever they want. It's hard to get them back into stuns at that point. Okay. So that was fun.
This should help.
I agree. I love the final dungeon. That's a good. Right. There's 3 automatic fights you get every time. In Kingdom Hearts 1, there was actually some fights that would do like that, containing Omega Arts back there. But in this version, it does not. They replaced it with something else. Again, gravity is really useful for all of these fights. Let's go ahead and take out one at a time here. I have to make sure to have full jumps so that these guys don't hit me. Nope. Again, yeah, if they want to, they will break out. Okay, that's fine. Because at least, it's actually better that he does that instead of going into that ball like it was earlier. Yep. Birds are jerks. So yeah, they're the 2 fights I had to do in this section. Next up is just the Arch Behemoth. Now what should I do? Do I still have that cottage from earlier? I think I do. Yep. Bam. Alright, sick. Ethers would only give me 3 MP, so a cottage will give me a full refill. Again, if I had not died to Dragon Maleficent back there and didn't have that cottage, I would have probably just gone in here with less MP. It is important to have more MP in this fight because it allows you to kill the boss much faster. So again, these last 2 behemoths die to gravity. Like, their health bar gets destroyed by it. Oh, that's kind of weird. Every once in a while, he'll get knocked down by that. I never know exactly what causes that. It's usually Goofy and Donald Duck, how much they do as well. Oh. Yeah, I guess we haven't really tested with that. Okay. I don't even care. I didn't die there. Like, that very easily could have killed me. Also, Omega Arts drop. Okay. Omega Arts actually doesn't really help in a Proud Mode run, but there's a 10% chance that he'll drop it. Also grabbing that stuff just because I want to. Yo, get up. Yeah, this is Proud Mode. Believe it or not, that's actually one of the most dangerous spots to die because you usually go for such a crazy 1 cycle strat that if you mess it up and you don't do enough damage, she usually knocks back and hits you. And that can actually kill you on beginner. Like, the game does catch up with you after a while. Little crown. That's it. Right. In case anyone doesn't know, what they did is there's a beginner mode category in this game where they give you 8 power boosts, 8 defense boosts, 4 AP boosts, an EXP ring, and a necklace at the beginning of the game, or an EXP necklace and a ribbon at the beginning of the game. So the EXP necklace makes up for you being at like slower leveling early game, like I was talking about earlier, and all the boosts make it to where you're the Terminator for the first like 2 hours of the run. You can't die, and you destroy everything in like a few hits. Okay. So what that pausing was there, it essentially makes it to where the enemies don't move, but the loading times for Simba is actually still going through. So it makes that's actually really important to this track, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't get off this charge in time. Yes. So if you actually do Halloween Town and that's fine. All right, we gotta roll back. He was that defender was a bit of a jerk. Now this makes this a little scary. Okay, we got back in. That defender can mess up this fight a lot. Okay. So again, summons, their power is like how strong they are determined by how much MP you have. So that's why I loaded up on MP before this. Let's see here, how much? I'm just gonna be a little safe here. I don't want to use my MP because I actually want to save that for this fight. Big shouts to Bloody Biscuits for finding this strat. If you have all this MP, again, your magic itself is increased, like the power of it is increased as well. So, instead of like running around having to kill these things.
Fire! Fire!
I have to be a little careful not to just like waste these. Is everything dead? Sick. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the only section in the run where you have to do swimming. So cool. But yeah, like Poexel is saying, if you you don't have to go into these little portals if you actually defeated the corresponding world earlier in the game. So since I never went to Hollow Bastion or Atlantica in this playthrough, that means I had to do those. Trust me, it's worth it. So, I'll grab another Mega Elixir here. Kind of saving up all these Mega Elixirs. Oh, and yeah, I have to do all this real quick. Rows. Okay, back to my fighter. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I don't do anything there. Goofy. Charge. Okay. There's a lot of stuff I did there. The biggest thing to point out is I actually messed with Goofy's customization. I made it to where he's going to use this ability called MP Gift a lot, which in this game means he gives up 2 MP to give you 3 MP. Scary fight here. Let's see what happens. Any fight with Invisibles is a scary fight. And that was basically a perfect fight. Yeah. So again, you might have heard when Goofy yelled Sora. He was giving up 2 MP to give you 3. Yeah. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna heal again. Also, shouts to the Gale.
Here.
All right. Okay. Another instance where we're going to use EXP 0, and now you get to check out Mushu. So Genie's done for the run. Yeah, I saw someone in chat bringing that up. In original KH1, it was only giving up 1 to give him 3. Different in this version, they wanted to nerf it a little bit. To be honest, it's still completely broken though. So again, I need to deal an attack there. I need to end with a finisher, otherwise the summon's gonna do normal damage. Also, is this music not perfect to this summon animation? And rip.
Wow.
I'm kind of messing it up a little bit. Okay, he's gonna be a left hook. Alright. And done. I forgot to move down. You can actually move like after you defeat him and go down to like the trigger point, but... Oh, really? Sick. Okay. Let's go. Okay. But yeah, again, some of you might be sitting here like, oh, that's so cheap. Again, we can't overutilize that. I mean, that is a way to cheese that boss fight, and there are other boss fights like that. But we can't cheese it because we'd be too low level for the fights at the end of the game where we can't use it. So you gotta pick and choose where you utilize the ability. And again, it's not Mushu that's overpowered, it's the storage glitch that is utilized through EXP 0. And that's an exclusive to Proud mode, so if you ever watch a beginner mode run, that's why they don't use it. You might be wondering why I jump before all of my magic animations. It just, you have much faster recovery time because the floor cancels like any of the rest of the animation. Oh, I got hit by one. I thought I was gonna make it through the run without getting hit by it. Awesome. Just Donald. Right. Now I'm gonna switch to my mage setup, except for Divine Rose, Royal Crown, and Ray of Light. Get all my MP back. This is like one of the scariest parts of the run. I could use the safety. Yeah, I'm not. Who cares? But yeah, if you die here, you lose like 5 minutes. This is a very specific strategy I need to use here. I'm gonna use Mushu to take out there are 7 waves of Heartless. Utilizing Mushu, I can take out the first wave of Dark Balls. The second wave is the scary part. I have to defeat all of the Invisibles while keeping Arrow up as much as I can. And utilizing Stop and Gravity.
Gotcha.
And then hopefully I can set it up to where I can get out Simba before the third wave appears. And at that point, you're pretty much home free.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go.
See ya. Force. See ya. Heal. Stop. Force. Hit. Force. Force. See ya. Force. Ha. 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 Defense. Heal. Force. See ya. Ha. Ha. Force. Heal. Force.
Again, a lot of this fight comes down to Goofy helping out with MP gift as much as he can. All right, I have to be careful here and make sure I keep track of where all these guys are. Is this the last one? Okay. Okay. I think I've got it set up. If you kill that guy before you get set up in the corner with 3 MP, with Donald and Goofy alive, then you won't get Simba off in time, and then you're gonna die. You won't be able to survive these waves, honestly, at this level. You need Simba to take these guys out. And you might be wondering why I didn't do this from the start. He only has enough for 5 full charges.
Give me strength. Give me strength.
Nice. Okay, we got it. Yeah, that's something that has nothing to do with EXP0, actually. It's just the more MP you have, the stronger he is. So giving him as much MP as possible is important. All right, I'm glad to get through that first try. It's a really scary room. So again, we're equipping EXP0. The other like hidden property I guess we didn't really talk about EXP0 is that it actually scales enemies down to whatever level you're at. It makes it to where the game is actually possible to beat level 1. Because again, originally this game was never intended to have like a level 1 run. So if you get to, you know, fights anywhere in even just the second half of the run and you're level 1, you'll be doing absolute chip damage. And like fights against like Ansem 1 would take over half an hour. So they...
This
Right. Exactly. So this is the last fight until the very end of the game where I'm going to have Donald and Goofy with me. So I'm going to utilize Mushu for this fight. And then after that, the next stretch of like 8 fights is going to be pretty scary. Yeah. I say there's what, like, it's like 14 fights in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 11 fights in a row. I am level 42, I saw that in the chat, which is actually pretty important because that gives you a 6th item slot and a 3rd accessory slot, which is pretty important. I have to be a little careful here for those discs. And rip. Yeah, on beginner mode, a lot of runs are determined by this fight because you're on rough terrain. You have to be really aggressive. You can die in it. Like, yeah. Shoutouts to Submit. Best attack in the... Oh, whoops. Using one more cottage there, just have full MP going into this section. Alright. So I've got Dark Side here, which isn't too bad, although I want to get a quick kill on him. Up. Fine. Let's go ahead and take that away. Got a lot of time for like 3.5. Alright, so again, I'm gonna do some platforming here, get on top. Yeah, so that saves time, because otherwise you have to wait for him to slam his fist into the ground. Yeah, you can't. I'm actually done with menuing. I can't access the menu anymore. Alright, so here's a very scary fight. Okay. Alright, so that was not ideal. It actually speeds up the first half, but it's going to make the other fights a little sketchy. I can make it work though.
The final darkness is... Come, Guardian! Submit! Come, Guardian!
Kind of see what he does here. Yeah, you can get it to where you don't see that second desperation move right here, but
What do you hope to accomplish?
yeah. On beginner, if you use a strat where you get submitted, then you can skip it completely, which is almost required at this point to get record in beginner. Okay. Okay, so again, that makes the rest of the fights a little sketchy that I had to use 2 elixirs there. Ideally, I don't use any, but I can make this work. Okay. So here there's another instance of damage storage. It not only powers up your summons, it can also power up your magic attacks. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to deal a finisher. And then
Fire! Fire!
Turn to darkness!
See ya!
Welcome the darkness.
makes this a little sketchy.
This should help. See ya!
All shall
I want to fly away here, not because I'm scared of these lasers, although they're pretty scary, but also because I want to despawn these enemies that he brought to life right there, because they can seriously mess you up.
Fire! Fire! Here! Fire!
turn to darkness.
See ya! See ya! Fire!
Still confused? Then perhaps this will enlighten you.
Alright. So again, this all got screwed up because I used those elixirs back there.
Heal! Defense!
Alright. It's gonna slow down this ending. Just have to play it safe. Who cares though? More of this music.
Turn to darkness.
Oh, good whiff. Okay. So I've only got one Mega Elixir left. I have to use that on the final boss. So from here, I don't have any elixirs to throw at myself. He wanted it. Albert, I swear to God. Is that okay? So I really want to fill up my MP as much as I can. I'll be right at about 2 hours. Okay. This fight is stupid because some attacks will randomly do damage and not do damage. So you just kind of got to go right at him. See, like right there, sometimes that blow away attack won't actually deal damage. Oh, wow, dude. Oh, wrong one, dude. Okay. Is this a little sketchy? You should already be, like, further along. Normally, I would put arrow back up here, but I'm going to be a little risky so I can keep more MP. Put a little safe here. Again, we got Goofy back, so as much MP gift as he can throw so we can use more. He's all the way over there. The more MP gift, the better in this fight. Get over here. Also, Mega Ethers are very good drops here.
This should help.
Ugh. Maximum waste of time. Thank you.
Come on.
Go ahead and get that Mega Potion out of here. Alright. Next fight with Dat Face. For this fight, you essentially just don't want to do finishers because your recovery time off a finisher is really bad. So I'm essentially just going to be moving side to side. 1, 2, move to the side. 1, 2, move away. Yes. There actually is a strat on beginner mode because you take less damage where you actually stand on top of his head and use R's. But yeah, it's not really viable here because you end up getting hit by all these lightning attacks. Oh, that's fine. He was going to do that anyways. Menu derp didn't really hurt. The fight has like only a few different patterns that it can go into, so it's pretty easy to predict what he's going to do next. And I think I'm actually going to pop that Mega Ether. This essentially is the final boss of the run, is this fight right here with these invisibles. They're pretty stupid. If you die, then they get to move before you. The best way to do this, honestly, is just to pray. Just jump up and start casting arrow.
See ya. This should help. Force. Force.
Yeah.
Force. Force.
Yeah, I'm going. Again, this fight's you're either going to kill them instantly or they're probably going to kill you. Right here. Yeah, see, so like I said, dying here sucks because they get to move before you do. And there's really not much you can do about it. You just have to hope they don't troll you.
Heal.
God, dude, I hate this fight so much. They literally either die in like 12 seconds or it takes 5 minutes to kill these guys. Let's see if they hit me before I get to move again. A lot of just how this game loads.
Force. 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 Heal.
Oh, gosh, dude. They're hitting me right before I can get to them.
Heal.
Oh my gosh, dude.
See ya.
Nope.
Heal.
Stupid fight. Nope.
See ya.
Get him. Get him. Okay, jeez. So like I said, that's essentially the final boss. You got one little kind of throwaway fight here with this core enemy, and then you've got Ansem 4, which now that I've got Donald and Goofy back, should go a little better.
Defense.
And again, this enemy does not like gravity.
Force. Force.
Nope.
Come on. Heal. This should help.
Alright. Here, he does 5 lasers every time, so it's best to just dodge these guys. You'd waste more time healing, honestly. And the damage you do here is pretty insignificant. So yeah, I made sure I ended with a finisher, throwing up arrow. Going up and down usually dodges all these lasers, so... Or not. Okay. Or not. Aim before death. Now I'm going to drop here, use a Mega Elixir so I can bring everyone back to life. Cast Mushu, and if I did not screw up damage storage, then this should be GG. I guess get ready on timer. Whatever this time actually means. Shouts to second half world record. Alright, that's fine. Alright.
See ya.
Alright, we did it right. Now it's just making sure you keep distance. That actually has incredible range, so I have to stay away from it. And done. Time, whatever it means. Cool. Alright. Yeah, so final invisible room was a little rough. Riku 2 obviously messed up a couple times. Just some slower battle strats, but yeah, really hope to see, Kingdom Hearts get another appearance at the GDQ sometime in the future. I think it'd be a good watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure to go check out khspeedrun.com. They have links to a bunch of notes if you want to learn how to run these games, and just all different sorts of runners. Make sure to give them all follows. So with that, thank you all so much. Thank you once again for the $720,000 we got to raise this week. And who's next?
It is futile. The Keyblade alone cannot seal the door to darkness. Kingdom Hearts,
Okay.
fill me.
It will be coming back after that, though, with possible. Okay. Sure.
Supreme.
Cool. I was about to say. I vote for this.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody doesn't know, Ice Plug, along with Blue Glass, two best fans we have here, unbelievably supportive. So I am up for letting a 15-minute run of that go by. All right. So again, yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts. Thanks everyone again for watching.
Let's go. What's that?
I know that terrifying mask I took on so.
Dryer? D-R-Y-A-R?
I think it's just D-R-I-A-R.
D-R-I-A-R.
Yeah, I think so. You could be right. I don't know. Dryer's a good game. D-R-I-A-R, right? Yes. Might not be on Twitch. Not sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real short.
Hey. Yep. Not yet. Oh, I don't hear Yes. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. This is Dryer. It's a homebrew game for the NES, released 2 years ago. Search for Dryer on the internet, you can find it free download. Goal is to get all the stars in the level to win. That's the story. That's all there is to the game. If I did that correctly, I could have stuck under. There are 38 levels in this game, so it's not too short. Big thing to worry about is running out of lives like that. That's a bad thing. Market game. What is this? I got hit by a cup. Hit boxes from the start are quite fast. You can actually finish the level inside a box's hitbox. Thing never. All right. Punching up. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of death orbs. Kind of wrong work at the beginning of the game. Nice block. Oh! Come on! 37 is the run killer.
How many levels?
38.
So yeah.
Gotta stand on up too. Yep. Just like I'm normal. Freezing up like yep, that's why I play it. Ooh. Got a brief moment of randomly. Fastest strategy 5 take the perfect jump forward outside of that. Backup strat is not falling. As you may have figured out. There you go. Molecules. I like calling all my food shredding. It's good. Everything is frame perfect. It is frame perfect. Imagine Dragon.
Oh.
Swag. Swag jump there. It's like frame perfect. Oh. Definitely. Yep. Just had to get warmed up. Dude. Nice. Long pause I was thinking. So that death warp back to the beginning I did a few minutes ago. Nope, I'm past 37. Once I get past 37, I'll worry about it. Shout out to Steve, he was the record inside the spot for a long time. There we go. Last level. Get hype. Oh no! Death Warp. Time.
It's like 15 on the
Sweet. I picked the right estimate. Alright, let's try.
Not by everyone.
Probably will come back in some form.
else. We'll see you in 6 months. Bye. That's the image it goes out.
Goodbye. Sweet dreams. Have a nice trip.